All right, in this section we'll be talking about the verbs ser and estar. Right? So both ser and estar are verbs that mean to be. Their different forms express am, is, and are. Ser and its forms are used in certain instances, whereas estar and its forms are used in others. So below is a chart that breaks down the different forms of these two verbs and when to use them. In the table below, the English meaning of the two verbs ser and estar is in the middle, with the corresponding Spanish meanings for the two verbs on the outside columns of the table. Let's take a look. So basically, ser and estar mean am, is, and are, and to be. Okay, so here we have the table, the English, to be. We have two ways of saying to be in Spanish. We could say ser and estar. Similarly, we have two ways of saying I am. We can say either yo estoy or yo soy. To say you are, we can say tú estás or tú eres. For the informal. To say you are formal, we could say usted está or usted es. To say he is, él está or él es. She is, ella está or ella es. We are, nosotros estamos or somos. You guys are, están or son. They are, están or son. And there's the masculine, feminine way of expressing they are. Okay, so the question at this point is, well, okay, well, I have two ways of saying all these things. When do I choose one side over the other side? Okay, so we use the ser side, we use this side when we are talking about time, right? Origin, where we're from. Occupation, what it is that we do. When we identify as being something. So I am a dad, I am a brother, I am a sister, right? We identify as those things. Characteristics, I am tall. Okay. These are also seen as things that are more permanent. Okay. Time is a little tricky. When we learned time, we learned phrases such as son las dos. So try and rely on that memory to remember that time falls under this ser category or side. Generally speaking, though, the ser side of all of this deals with ideas or perspectives that are more permanent than temporary. Now, on the flip side, we have estar. We use estar to talk about location, health, well-being, feelings and emotions, things that can more readily change, right? So ser is seen as, again, things that are more permanent or have more permanence to them, and estar is seen as things that are more changing, less permanent, for example, right? So location can change, health can change, well-being, right? Being happy, sad, emotions, right? Feelings and emotions. So keep that in mind. So let's take a closer look at these examples. So time, son las dos. We've seen time at the beginning of Spanish 1. Origin, we also saw at the beginning of Spanish 1. Soy de Arizona. And if we think about that, where we are born, it doesn't really change. Yes, it's a location, but it's a location that's rather permanent. At least it should be, right? Occupation, soy doctor, right? Our occupations when are seen as something with a bit more permanence. Not only permanence, but it's also it sneaks over into almost part of our identity sometimes. So either way you look at it, it's something more permanent. Okay, so identity, soy papá, right? Being a dad, being a brother, being, all these things that we might identify with are seen as having more permanence in Spanish, not so changing. Okay, so characteristics, soy alto, right? Being tall or short is something that we oftentimes identify as having our characteristics, right? Being tall, being short, being blonde, having blue eyes or brown eyes, or you get the idea. Again, all of these things kind of fall under that umbrella of permanence. Location, el doctor está en el baño. So the doctor is in the bathroom, right? So again, location can change rather quickly. Health, okay, estoy enfermo, I'm sick. That can happen, come and go, right? Well-being, being happy and sad, estoy bien, right? Again, from the beginning of Spanish, hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you? We're asking about someone's well-being, and we answer that by saying estoy bien, I am well. Again, also, in addition to that, feelings and emotions, estoy feliz, feliz means happy, triste, sad, or nervioso is nervous, right? So that is an explanation of the two verbs ser and estar, again, that mean to be, am, is, are, right? And we use them under two general contexts of permanence or non-permanence, right? Additionally, when we talk about am, is, and are, ser and estar, estar specifically, estar is used to describe location, right? And so prepositions are used also to describe location. So when describing the location of someone, prepositions come in handy. So they get used hand in hand, and that's why they're presented here. So to say he or she or even it is next to something, to the right of something, to the left of something, over there, etc. We use prepositions, okay? So a couple of examples with prepositions. So, ¿dónde está él? Where is he? ¿Dónde está él? I could say, él está al lado de, next to, él está al lado de Carlos. He's next to Carlos, right? Or, ¿dónde está el libro? Where is the book? Okay, where is the book? If I wanted to say the book is over there, I could say el libro está, right? Because I'm saying is and I'm referring to location, right? So if I want to say it is, right? Remember, it is tied to he and she, those forms, okay? So I can say él está, he is, she is. If I want to say it is, I can say el libro, the book, el libro está, is. Where is the book? Let's say the book is on top of the table. So el libro está encima de la mesa. So the book is on top of la mesa. Okay, so prepositions, right? So this is a good set of information for flashcards. Build out some flashcards, know the difference between ser and estar, when to use them, and prepositions to be able to describe the location of things and people. We'll see some examples of using prepositions and ser and estar throughout the activities in the homework. Be sure and do those. As always, email me with any questions that you have. That is it for this segment on ser and estar.